with us.
Yeah, we're going to have your code and your ticker on this network, and you can't stop it from being traded.
Right.
And so there's a derivative, and then if there's liquidity bonding the prices together, so if, let's say you have Chainlink on Ethereum, and then after launch, price bounces around a while, but I bet that over time that these prices will move similarly.
Right.
I think that the Link ticker on Pulsechain is likely to move similarly to the Link ticker on Ethereum.
Right. Just because of the bridge, right? And
well, because they're bonded by the liquidity.
Right.
And then it's the same code with the same ticker. Now, do you want to pay $100 or $300 to trade it on Ethereum, or do you want to pay a penny to trade it over here? And we already know this answer because they're doing it on other networks as well.
Yeah.
People do trading on alternate networks, and then we're the one that you don't like. Your coins are already here. You don't even have to bridge over. Right. You already got your free coins here. You can already access them by changing one setting in your MetaMask. It's awesome.
Dude, it sounds
well.
It sounds pretty awesome.
Well, that's the trick. That's the magic. Is you launch this whole network with all these new coins. How do you get those new coins to be valuable?
Right.
But by not letting anyone ever stop the trading, by having the same tickers, and by giving people a reason to back the value of the things they got free,
right?
By rewarding them with a yield farming token. It's like a giant vampire attack, basically. It's a giant vampire attack.
Hey everybody, welcome back to our second show today. Can you believe it? Second show on this channel, or three channels actually, Superman Crypto, and of course Pulsechain X and Hex Token channel, 3 channels, over 10,500 subscribers. And this is our second live stream today, which is pretty awesome. Big shout out to Archie, the Don of the Syndicate and the leader of the Protectorate Alliance for the Mafia game. Yeah, we did that just about 25 minutes ago, so check that out if you are interested in the #1 GameFi project on Pulsechain. Also playing on BNB as well, so check that out. That was a great live stream, about just over an hour, about an hour and 1 minute or something like that. So perfect timing if you want to check that out. But we're into the Pulsechain and crypto markets on this live stream. So we're going to get into it. Before we do that, let's say hello to a few people in the chat. Remember to get into the chat, get lively. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, and share the channel around. Really helps a lot. And of course, you can always join our Discord, links in the video description. We've got Lies Beneath in the house there. How are you today? Very good. I think it's sunny outside. Haven't seen because I've been doing live streams. But hey, we're going to have a good walk after this live stream. We got Hex Pulse Hex incentive for the win, 100%. Just like Richard Hart said in that opening video with Hexologist, it's exciting times to be on Pulsechain. Man, the accumulation time frame is way longer than anybody could possibly expected. Of course, we've got the SEC case, right, on the 31st July that sent probably elongated that whole thing. We also got the Ethereum price down with the Magic Carpet Ride amount of money, the 170,000 ETH. Of course, that is down as well. So, we might have to wait a little bit of time for that Magic Carpet Ride. But we do see money coming over the bridge regardless. So it's going to be fun to see that play out too. Lots of what ifs. We got MV Crypto in the house there. What's up? Good to see MVS. Great to see you. Great member of our Discord. So big shout out to MVS there. Yeah, he's building up his profile on X2, by the way. If you're not following MVS, he's doing a great job there. I still don't follow you guys. Let me know, and I'll do it quickly. Yeah, that's on X social platform. Big shout out. We got Crypto Greedy in the house there. What's up, Hex Token? We're seeing some interesting stuff. Now, if you guys aren't in Strategy Club, I cover a lot of other projects that aren't on Pulsechain in particular, or general crypto. We're talking about TitanX, DragonX, other projects like that. So if you want to get all the insights, I have been doing a lot of data stuff on that for a long time. So if you want the heads up on all that, join our Strategy Club. $35 a month, but well worth it. And multi-chain, we look for multi-chain opportunities. They're going to really pump really well with high probability. Those are kind of what we're looking for there. So the links in the video description for that if you want to join up. And a big shout out to all existing Strategy Club members. That's a private club in the Discord. You also obviously get access to Discord, which has got all the information and great community in there as well. We got Archie in the house. Speaking of the Don of the Syndicate, big shout out Archie. Did an amazing job on the previous live stream. If you haven't checked it out, it is you can watch it afterwards. Big shout out there. All right, let's get into it without further ado. We got no stock market today, of course. It is the weekend, but we do have crypto, and crypto 24/7, baby, as we say, 24/7. Yeah, baby, yeah. We got Bitcoin at the moment is at $61,140 or $113. It's moving around a bit. It is down 0.6% at the moment. Bitcoin dominance at 48%. Can you believe it? That has really dropped We were up at 54, wasn't it? 54 and a half. So that's really, things have really changed around. Ethereum there at $2,613, down a 2.25%. And of course, we've got the XRP tapering off there, 5%. Was up at 61 cents. And of course, that's after the bullish news, right, of the settlement that they had with the SEC and through the courts. And it was actually the XRP really won that, given how small I think the settlement amount was reduced by 94% by the court, saying basically, SEC, you're dreaming, mate. And hopefully we'll get that when we get the dismissal case for Pulsechain and Richard Hart and stuff like that. So then we can really start to fly. That's in October. ADA having a good day. It's holding green still, 35 cents. And XRP there up 1.65% is a little bit of thing. But everything else is pretty much down. BNB at $511. So not much to see there. Matic is down 0.5% at 42 cents. And Litecoin is pretty flat at $61. So that's kind of the leaders there. Let's jump into Bitcoin. Let's roll over there and have a look at the daily on Coinbase on Bitcoin. We are in really good position here, honestly. I still think we've got the 200-day moving average. It is at 59,463. We're above that at 61,000. The 50-day moving average in yellow is at 62,664. We still have volatility ahead of us, right? We've been saying this every day. The August, September, definitely volatile. September is normally a negative month. However, we do have the Bitcoin halving year, and normally we start to pick up, right? It's just 2, 3, 4 months after that, let's say. I think it's going to be a little bit later this year, and that's kind of where we're at the moment. But we're also going to have an interest rate pivot very likely on the 18th of September. So that's coming up there, and I'm calling a 50 basis points for that. I think they're probably going to go higher than 25 basis points, and that's going to be good news, right? They'll get us down from 5.5 down to 5% on the federal funds rate. So that's kind of the argument there. So that's only 39 days away. So tick-tock, still a lot of time in crypto though to get up to that. So maybe from the 18th of September, we'll start to really rally. I do expect volatility in here. We've seen that already several times. Look at that. Several times, even back here, got a bit of volatility. But we're still holding up relatively well at this stage. Nice to be back over the 200-day moving average too. Then we got the US election, of course, 5th of November. And as I showed yesterday with the poll results, Trump, the latest polls are coming out with Trump in the lead. And so if you don't use too many averages with outdated polls, then obviously that would put Kamala Harris in the lead, but they're all outdated. The most recent polls all showing Trump ahead there, which is bullish for us because he is pro-crypto. And we're going to look at that with one of the news stories coming up, so stay tuned for that. We've got a couple of news stories with some pretty important crypto news. Trump is the crypto pro-president. He's also the freedom president as well. And of course, Kamala Harris there is the basically the authoritarian and the anti-crypto president. So we're not really interested in that. We've got a big battle going on in the world against socialists and globalists. They are trying to remove freedoms. We saw that in the UK with the Prime Minister there removing freedoms, pushing the UK into a police state and threatening people around the world for extradition as well for comments online. So thought police are out and about. We're having struggles like that here in New Zealand, but fortunately, I think we're going to be better off than most places at this stage, at least. That's kind of where we are at the moment. Bitcoin there at 61,500, just moving up a little bit as we're talking, which is nice to see. Ethereum at the moment is sitting at $2,643, and we're below the 200-day moving average quite a bit. So a lot weaker over here on Ethereum, but still 2,636, a nice little bounce back because we got all the way back down to 2,100, and we've bounced back from there. So that's kind of cool. Fighting around this is the location at the moment, 2,600. The 200-day moving average is sitting at $3,090. The 50-day is at 3,123 in the yellow, but we have got convergence here more so than what we saw on Bitcoin, which was definitely closing up between those two lines. We don't want this to cross because that's a death cross, right? So we're, hopefully we're going to bounce away. We do need green candles to do that. So keep a lookout here. And even if we do need a death cross, it may be one of those cases where it's very, very short-lived. So there could be that too. But generally, they are quite elongated. So fingers crossed we don't get no death cross there. But yeah, that is where we are at the moment. So we don't really want that to cross. Hopefully, if we get some green candles here, Like I say, it's going to be volatile at the moment, so we might get a little bit of a death cross. Maybe it's a baby death cross, and then we go back to a golden cross. That'll be pretty cool. All right, so yeah, same thing. Benefit from interest rate pivots in September. What date have we got there? I don't know. Almost on the daily. September there. I've got the wrong date on that maybe. And we've got the US election on the 5th of November. So that's kind of if we get Trump win, bullish, bullish, bullish. We get Democrats win, lose freedom, and move into a fascist America, and also lose out on the crypto. They'll go full hardcore on the crypto. And why do we say that? Well, we're going to talk about that now. Let's get into actually, let's go to this one here. So we see crypto executives clash with the Democratic leaders in heated Zoom meeting. The crypto executives are trying to, stop Gary Gensler, stop being so using lawfare against crypto, stop suing everybody, right? That kind of thing. I don't know exactly what they were saying, but that's kind of the context that we're in at the moment. But they, instead of fixing things up, this is kind of instead of fixing things up, things went worse, right? Things fell apart. So unfortunately, that was pretty bad, but not totally expected. You're talking about a completely incompetent Democrat leadership here. I mean, these guys are psychopaths, so no surprises here. And basically, that Zoom call went south pretty quickly. So pretty bad there. There, Mark Cuban was there. Anthony Scaramucci was there. You even had Democratic donors, Ron Conway, and others there as well. You had executives from Ripple, Coinbase, Kraken, Uniswap. But the meeting went pretty south pretty quickly. And of course, they says here, instead of finding common ground, industry executives lashed out at the White House officials, largely over regulatory assault from agencies like the SEC and the Federal Reserve. People who attended told Fox that the meeting seemed like a replay of the roundtable Kana hosted at Washington last month, where industry executives aired their grievances to a senior White House official about the unfair treatment. But they don't care. They're about control. They don't want crypto. And we also know that they've got more extreme people in their party that want to war on crypto, because what does crypto mean? Freedom, freedom, freedom. And they don't want that. They want that. What they've been doing, they were shrinking the middle class. These guys are very dangerous people. Executives didn't hold it back, though, telling administration reps how damage they've done to the crypto industry and to the Democrat Party with the actions against digital assets. That's what one attendee said. They basically just got yelled at as well by the Democrat leadership there in the White House. So like I say, it is a basket case. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, we have Trump, who's been educated on crypto, now turned pro-crypto, and that's going to be bullish for us. He's going to fire Gary Gensler and stop the lawfare. That could be potentially hugely bullish for Pulsechain and the SEC case. And, of course, we're obviously trying to win the dismissal in October. But, of course, if that fails, then an insurance policy would be if Trump wins the election and we see a pivot. And maybe the case just gets dropped in January, February next year. That would be the one of those two events would be awesome. Preferably the dismissal, and that's kind of more certain. So let's get on to that. The other big thing is that in the news is that US courts ordered FTX to pay $12.7 billion to customers. So if you're one of those FTX customers, looks like, I don't know, you may be on the list there to get paid. Let's see how that goes. But that is some good news there. So yeah, it was pretty bad if you're in FTX, but it looks like there's going to be settlements paid out to certain victims of that. So I don't know who exactly it's going to be exactly, but that could be some good news coming to some of you if you were involved with FTX there. Finally, we have some bullish outlook for crypto. That's pretty awesome. And obviously the Bitcoin price has had a lot of volatility swings, but we've got some bullish news coming up. Obviously, I've talked to you guys about Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump. They're looking to do a big crypto announcement. Now, that's not out yet, so don't fall for scams like on Solana or this or that. But what I would say is that it does look like it will possibly be a platform, a crypto platform, rather than a meme coin or token of a utility token of some sort. So it looks like it will be some sort of platform from what I can tell based on an interview. So just hold on to your hats for that, but definitely follow Eric and Don Jr. there to be early in on that. That could be mega huge, especially with the election coming up with the brand name of Trump and stuff like that. So definitely worth looking out for. Now, the other positive thing, of course, is Arthur Hayes. He's put a prediction out for Bitcoin. predicting a $1 million Bitcoin price at some stage. Maybe not this bull market cycle, but definitely coming up. And that would give, obviously a market cap of 20 trillion on Bitcoin. So it could be mega huge. So some big things happening there. And we also know what Saylor's view is on Bitcoin now. I've just got the hiccups for some reason. That's kind of some of the bullish news. I think it's pretty generally bullish, except for the Democrat meeting there. They are not pro-crypto. They are anti-freedom and anti-you getting wealthy. They really want you to own nothing and be happy, right? That's the joke. So yeah, we've also got obviously meme coin season first on Bitcoin. And of course, we're picking dog out of the moon. Now, it's had a wonderful rally off the bottom, and it's down 5.5% at the moment, sitting at 340 million market cap. It's currently 5.159 sats at the moment. This is our pick for the win. We're expecting this to do some big things in the bull market ahead, including tier 1 listings. But at the moment, we are getting an increase in holders. We're now at 80,831 holders, so a couple hundred holders every day adding to it. And so that helps lift the floor price, generally speaking. So yeah, things are starting to look pretty hot there for dog over the moon. And this is the price chart since the beginning. You can see it had a big rally, got all the way up to 13.1 sats. At the time, Bitcoin was $71,000, and the value was just under 1 penny. It hasn't quite broken. It got to 9,800 of a penny. It's currently down at 5.33 sats. So you're getting it off the bottom. Perfect place to pick this up on the old dog. Just one of the type of projects we talk about in the Strategy Club. So if you want to join Strategy Club, link is in the video description in Discord. So definitely think about joining that. So pretty positive. That is dog out of the moon. But of course, there's lots of other good projects in the runes. But you do want to pick some winners here. So you do have to get used to what the teams are doing. Rysek's doing pretty well. They're up 20% today. Memes go to the moon there. Is up 4.4%. These are some of the new ones that have entered the top 10 recently. Memes, this one here is new. Audi go to the Mars is relatively new. It's just pretty flat today. Pippi Pie World Meme Rune has a relatively new entrant as well, and that's pretty flat today. And then Lobo, the Warpup's been around a long time, and of course that's kind of associated to the dog out of the moon in some ways, because it was airdropped to the same holders of runestones. And of course that is just down slightly at the moment, sitting at $18 million. So lots of opportunities there on the old runes here, and of course is a big part of the volume on Bitcoin network. Obviously NFTs on Bitcoin too for ordinals are doing pretty well, and we can actually see Runestone back at number 3, so that's back in the top 10. Nice to see that, as well as Ryzik sitting at number 7 here as well. And I see Bitmap as well is over at number 9 as well, so that's pretty interesting. Big change back there in the top ordinal connections. Kind of cool. That's on Magic Eden, the number 1 DEX, of course, for runes and ORC, BRCs, ordinals, and things like that. Kind of cool. Now let's have a look at meme coins overall. We can see that Dogecoin at the moment is sitting at 15.2 billion. That's where it's at the moment. It's down 6.66% for the week, 3% for the 24 hours, but is up slightly on the hourly there. So we had a big rally, counter rally, right? It's just kind of cooled off in the last, 12 hours or so, is it? Something like that. And SHIB there is sitting at 8.3 billion at number 2. And then finally, Pepe there at number 3, 3.6 billion at the moment. They're all down for the week and down on 24 hours, but making a bit of greenness over the last hour, which is kind of cool during the live stream. Is it a Hex Token channel pump, a Pulsechain Superman crypto pump? I don't know. You decide. We got what dog with hat. That's at 1.8 billion, up 11% for the week. So it's nice to see some green there. Just scrolling down here, we've got Bonk, Floki, Brett Token on base chain. That's down 7%, but Popcat on Solana is up 10% for the week, but down 3% last 24 hours. We got Mogcoin. Actually, I think we got quite the right order there to fix up the market cap. We got Mogcoin. We got Book of Meme Boom, Cat's Dog World, and then of course finally we get to our Bitcoin dog, right? Number 1 meme coin on Bitcoin on runes, and we think that it's going to take over, get up to the top spots here, if not take out number 1 by the end of the bull market. We shall see. Going to need some tier 1 exchanges to do that, but so far it's gaining holders and getting more robust on the upside. So looking forward to that at the moment. Currently 3,200 of a penny, down up 10%, almost 11% for the week, down 5% almost for the last 24 hours, but up 1.5% the last hour here. So that's kind of the leaderboard on memes. Total market cap for crypto, 2.12 trillion, down 2% in the last 24 hours. Volume at 74 billion, down 25% after that big rally that we had, counter rally. So that is kind of it on the crypto. It's going to lead us into Pulsechain for day 455. We're going to get into that. But before we do, let's welcome a few other people into the house. Let's see what else we got. We got Sandy Beach in here. Hello, Hex Token. Hope you're doing well there, Sandy. And we got the link there to her latest health and fitness update. Big shout out. Keeping the Pulsechain Hex community healthy and safe. Safe from any mafia guys. No. We've got a big shout out to Liz. Yeah, Liz does a great job. Appreciate everything Liz does on the channel. Kind of cool. All right, let's get back into it. We are flying through these updates today. Let's go into Pulsechain. So day 455 results. We've just started day 456, but day 455 is at quadruple 0356 on Pulse, and that's 36% of the mean sacrifice price, down 5.92% today on the 24-hour basis. Pulsex sitting at quadruple 0196, down 11.1%, is sitting at 19.6% of the mean sacrifice price. And buy and burn is at 947.5 billion. That's how much being bought up and burned. And the total public supply is sitting over here. What's that at? 20.2 trillion? No, 20.2 billion. Yeah, this is 20.2 trillion. So we're almost getting up to a trillion. That's kind of the next target. We're sitting at 4.69% of the public supply has been bought up and burned on Pulsex. Incentive token at the moment, $1.89 is down 10.7%. Of course, 5.92% of that is on Pulse, but the ratio is down as well, down to 53,141. And the total supply of incentive tokens, 38,856,000. That's from Pulsex V1 farms. And of course, Hex at the moment down 8.3%, is actually the second best performer again. It's at just under 45 hundredths of a penny. EHEX at the moment, 11 hundredths of a penny. Combined price, EHEX and PX at 55 hundredths of a penny. So there we go. That is Hex. What a bargain Hex is right now. OMG. That is day 455. Let's go over to the charts. Quickly look on the daily. We can see the RSI is definitely down near the oversold period for Pulse. We have had huge volatility, I must add, in the Pulse chain. So we've had down days, then up days, down days, and are we going to have an up day? I don't know. Let's see. It's still kind of Friday, weekday for the US. And of course, it's a Saturday here down under. We do know that Sunday typically in the US is going to be quiet, but that's 2 days away. So let's see how we go here over the weekend. But definitely been volatile in here. And unfortunately, we wiped out a lot of our gains that we had in our previous one. So that's kind of where we're at the moment. So pretty weak at the moment, 3,500. But what does that mean? It means awesome buying opportunity for picking up mad volume, especially with the RSI down where it is at the moment. So good buying opportunities over on Pulsechain. And if you want to become a validator, 32 million Pulse right now. Pretty good pickup to get 32 million Pulse. So there we go. Pulsex at the moment has been still performing relatively better, and with the buy and burn, I guess with the market interaction, probably not surprising there. We've got still holding this very important angular support here in yellow. This is long term. This is the daily chart, by the way, and you can see that we've got pretty good support. Now on the daily though, we have got a bearish cross here in the short term time frames. So this is the 13 has crossed below the 34 day. So that is kind of a bearish, and you can see it in the chart. We do have kind of support here on the angular support at about 1800. So 1800 on the horizontal and on the angular support in yellow here is kind of we would definitely want to hold. And you can see on the horizontal that's kind of over here. We got resistance at 1800, and we've also got that in the angular support here on the chart. So 1800, we definitely want to hold on to that. That being said, we have clearly got with angular support high lows as we've moved forward in time, especially from back here September 23. So Pulsex doing okay, just not doing a big rally. That's all at the moment, but is actually longer term holding up fairly well. And the RSI currently slightly better than Pulsechain, up at 39 there, and so still got plenty of room to move to the upside as well. All right, so that's Pulsex. INC, of course, the ratio has fallen. But still probably in the range here. This range here still holding up, and it's kind of moved back to the middle down at 53,000 Pulse per one incentive there. That is where we are at. Once we get a bit of a rally, it's kind of going to break out to the upside pretty aggressively. So we're just waiting for that. Hex at the moment is at 44 hundredths of a penny, and we got the RSI down at 36. So it looks a lot closer to Pulse. But what a price deal at the moment on this, and it also has a bearish cross in it as well on the short time frames here, the 13-day over the 34, and is below the 50-day as well in yellow, so below 50-day. So yeah, it's just a bargain hunting right now on Pulsechain. We've got Hex at the moment on eHex, sitting at 1/10 of a penny, just sitting in this range as well. RSI down at 40, and once again similar to PX, not much different there, just a buying market. Let's look at the Hex derivatives. Nothing really green at the moment. Everything is down on those. So Hedron, Acosa, all the Deckies, Luckies, and Trios, all those mining pools, all down with Hex down. Let's go to stable coins. Nothing really shining light here either. PDI is sitting at 1800 pennies, so that's down. That's a speculative one. And LUSD, which was doing pretty well yesterday, is down 14% after all that. So that kind of looks like it's shaved off a little bit there on the speculative stables. The pegged one there, Coast, still sitting just below 98 cents. Pretty interesting because it had the big bank announcement. So if you don't know that, they've got a new banking partner, which is bullish for Pulsechain. It's a direct on-ramp to Pulsechain. Have a new banking partner, and that goes to all of the United States plus some countries around the world as well. So Coast there, but still under peg there, but has closed the gap a lot. Used to be well under, what, 15 cents under or something. So it's closed a lot there at the moment. All right, let's see what else. Let's go over to the influencer coins. Anything green on here? Well, we got one green, but it's not on Pulsechain, and it's from Fashion Coda. Crypto Bestie is up 2.7%, but there's not much liquidity there, $8,900. And of course, still questioning why didn't she launch a poster? I don't know. that's my answer. We got more token being the worst performer at the moment on the influencer list, down 9.8% after being one of the better tokens. Was it yesterday? There we go. What else are we going to say about this? Yeah, like I said, SolidX. Keep an eye out on this. It's $13.64. We do know that SolidX is got a game coming. They might challenge Mafia. Who knows? Question mark. But that's going to be coming from the DragonX team. And of course, we know DragonX is absolutely hyper rallying at the moment, well over 100% yesterday. And so that's doing pretty well there. So let's see what happens in that space. A little bit of, maybe a little bit of a tip off there. I've mentioned the last couple of days. Let's have a look at Pulsechain overall. Pulsechain at the moment, $15.5 million with weekday volume. So it's better. But we definitely want to get over 25 million or more, but we want it on a green trend. So let's keep a lookout for that. And we've got 224,000 transactions at the moment on the trending. This is trending here. Looking at the overalls, looks like we've got King 2 on SolidX there, King Pui. This is part of Randy Olasky and I think Crypto Compassion and others. They launched this, so it's part of the ecosystem. Might have them on the show at some stage. I just need to get back to them on that. But that's up 53% at the moment. So doing pretty there, part of the Randy Olasky empire, I guess. The empire sounds like Star Wars, but he's doing a great job. One of the better influencers out there on Pulsechain too. So big shout out to Randy. We've got BFF there, up 7.25%. We've got Launch Token there, so one of the utility there. I don't know if they've launched any launch pads yet, any projects on Pulsechain, but that's up 3.8%. They've got big influencer support there too. So question mark over there. Let us know in the chat if you have seen anything. But that is coming up as well. And then Teddy Bear, one of the main coins there, 3%. Die Hard, they're holding up 1.9%, despite the fact that PDI is down. But Die Hard there is holding up there as well. Those are some of the honorable mentions in the trending. So that's pretty much it on that. Let's go to Hex and see where we've got some results here. We've got, no, we haven't even got day 1712, which would be day 455. That's what we're looking for. The 9th of August. That's not out yet, but it's probably going to be out any moment. Let's jump over to the rest of the stats here on gas prices on Pulsechain. 168,000 beats, so super cheap over on Pulsechain. 0.2 of a penny for a Pulsex swap, 100th of a penny for a Pulsecoin transfer, 400th of a penny for a PRC2 transfer. Super cheap at the moment. Gwei over on Ethereum is super cheap too, one Gwei, but we're still 431 times cheaper than Ethereum, so that's good news for us. We've got validators at the moment is sitting at a 1.55 trillion, is off the market at the moment, and don't have the number of validators, not showing. Bridge, that's what we got, 90 million, 573. I think we're sitting at 92 million yesterday, right? So we're down about 1.5 million, something in that ballpark today. So we're sitting at 90,600,000. PDI is down a couple 100,000 from the looks of it. ETH is obviously, I think, was that down slightly? I think we were. And RIP Bitcoin there was starting to move back up. So that's kind of not too bad. Coast is pretty similar. We're at 98 cent peg. EHEX is sitting at about 1100 pennies. That's pretty similar to yesterday. And I'm not sure what Pulse Alert shows on the USDC, USD Tether, but we have had a little bit of money moving back and forth across that bridge. I didn't pull it up today, but I'll probably do that in the future. So that is a Pulsechain for day 455. We just started day 456. Can you believe it? Now, the big news coming up this month, of course, is Richard Hart's response to the SEC with the case to dismiss. So that is coming up, and that's about 12 days away. Hopefully that's going to be a nice little pump in the markets. We shall see. It's not going to be publicly disclosed as far as I know, so it may not be able to lift the market, but it's a positive thing nevertheless. With his dream team of lawyers, right, doing a great job there. One of his lawyers, of course, works for Elon Musk, so that's going to be good. Elon Musk is, trying to fight for our freedom around the world, and so is Richard Hart with this case to some degree. So pretty cool. We see the SEC wiping off value, not really helping anybody. It's probably the worst rugger out there is the SEC. It's not very helpful to investors out there, as we can see. So hopefully the court has agreed on a lot of occasions, been smashing down the SEC court cases, and hopefully we get a win in October for Pulsechain as well. All right, I think that's pretty much it. We're at 30 minutes on the hour. Pretty fast live stream, but hey, it is what it is. And we haven't got Hex stats out yet. I might read those in 2 days' time. I'm going to take a day off tomorrow, of course, which I've been doing regularly. Yeah, that's kind of where we are. What a fast show. Pretty good. But we did 2 shows today. They're not too bad. Roderick Patrick in the house there. Good morning, Suitman. And all. Yeah, good to see you, Rod. We're just wrapping up the show now, though. It was a bit of a quick show. But once again, if you guys haven't jumped into our Discord, links in the video description, $5 a month, 16 cents a day, good value, all the best information, and just a wonderful community of really good people. Get in there and share the crypto journey in there. We also got the Strategy Club, $35 a month. It's a multi-chain. We look at multi-chain opportunities with good probabilities of victory and massive returns. That's kind of where we're looking at the moment. We pop a lot of information inside that Strategy Club. So it's a good place to be as well. A big shout out to Trent, who's in the Strategy Club, posting some good information yesterday. Big shout out for that. All right, kind of cool. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll catch you again, and not tomorrow, but the following day. For another market update. Now, we won't have the stock market open, but we'll be catching up on the crypto and having a good time. So peace out, everybody. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right, let's play out my favorite video on the way out, the Magic Carpet Ride. It's going to play out at some stage. So not today, of course, because Ethereum is down. But one day it's going to play out pretty nicely. All right, take care. Bye, folks, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.
In theory, if someone were a billionaire and they had like all this money, why wouldn't they just buy more of the thing they liked instead of dumping the thing they liked? Like if Bezos bought shares in Amazon, would you be pissed off? If Apple does a stock buyback and they buy more of their own shares in their company back from the public, which is a way to turn earnings into yield for the shareholders, do you get mad and yell at Apple? And so we had to come up with a word for this fan fiction fantasy, which is the opposite of a rug pull, called a magic carpet ride. And so if you're worried about risk of a rug pull, what weighted value have you given the risk of a magic carpet ride? And it's just hilarious to me.